Now, being honest, when I bought this bike, I wasn't sure it was going to be exactly my cup of tea. It took me quite a few years to personalize it, make it comfortable, get the right bars on it, and in the end, it was worth every minute, every penny. And you can watch this in 4K, just adjust your device. Now, I have 4 bikes in my collection that I've owned basically since new, and what's special about them, I get a special relationship with them, having had them from the day they're new to right now, and this is a lot of years later. In the case, 41 years, and on and on and on. You develop a relationship with a bike that's a one owner that you've had, and I don't know how to explain it. I know Dallas has it with his GS. I know other people have it with various bikes. I have it with 4 of my bikes, but the truth is I love all of the bikes equally. And every time I ride this one or that one, or one that I've gotten since new, one that I've had for many, many years, it's the same thing. I have special relationships that are hard to explain to people. With my GS, I had that bike when I was young, and wow, brought back a lot of memories. Some of the bikes, like my RD, I've had not that long, but about 12 years, 10, 11 years, I think. But I still have a relationship with it, but it's not exactly the same as when you've had the bike since it's brand new. It's just a little different, but you still love them all. Now, I know everybody's got a little bit different routine in the morning if they're going to go riding. Some people do a walk around, or some people might wax the whole bike, polish the whole bike. I have my routine, and I've put it on video many times. I always check the air in the tires, the oil, and the chain. Always try to wipe the bike off a little bit if it's been ridden, or if it's just sitting in my garage. It's dusty, so if nothing else, there's always dust on it, and it always could use a little cleaning. The fish always need to be fed. The garden, now we're near the end of the garden season, but we're still getting tomatoes out every day. And Karen always has a little list of things she wants me to do. I like to get them all done before I go. And Karen, of course, does a wonderful job of decorating our house and the yard, and we have pumpkins out in front of the house. But it's really time to get out on the open road. Once I actually got out to the riding area, and again, it's about 30 miles, the leaves are starting to fall everywhere. The leaves are starting to change color. We're coming up on it in the next couple of weeks, maybe. We'll have some really beautiful footage. Orange, yellow leaves. Right now, some of the trees that have already lost their leaves, there's leaves out in the middle of the road. And a lot of times you have to come around a blind corner, and there's a big pile of leaves out in the road. People that are cleaning their yards up stick them out in the road. It can be quite adventurous. As I'm getting older and older, and of course I am 78, comfort is getting to be more and more of a priority for me. Years ago it was drag racing. Now it's a comfortable seat. Early in the morning like this, the lakes are like glass. You can see the reflection. Just absolutely beautiful. You shut the bike off, you can hear the birds chirping, and of course, we're out in the country here, so it's really, really nice and very low traffic. Now, one of the things that's always annoying to me early in the morning is, and I guess you see it on the video too, you see when the sun is directly behind you, you can get that glare in the mirrors and it goes right up into your face. Obviously, that's where the camera is too, near where your face is. And that early in the morning, that can really be annoying. When you get the overhead sun, that goes away. Now, as a one owner, I've had it 14 years. The only mechanical issue I've ever had with the bike is the starter went bad after 4 or 5 years. And I made a video, it's actually a set of 4 videos of anybody that has to change it. It's a very, very complicated job to change it. Not as easy as you would think on some other bikes. But anyway, if you get 14 years and you only have 1 repair, I guess I should quit while I'm ahead. And all of the little carbon fiber parts I made for this bike, I made some from scratch. Some of them, there's probably 15 or 20 of them on the bike. They've all held up well, every one of them. And the paint in the wheels silver, that was another thing I was worried if I was going to like it. And in the very end, when I put it together, I loved it. Now, out on YouTube, there are some really well done videos of what a CROSSPLANE is, how it works, how it compares to a normal inline 4 engine, and some of the V8s that are now CROSSPLANE. Just look up the word, search YouTube with the word CROSSPLANE. Interesting stuff. Now, what's interesting to me is how different a CROSSPLANE feels than an inline 4. I have other inline 4s, including an FZR, that's very similar to this bike and very powerful, of course. But the power delivery of the normal 1, 2, 3, 4 engine as compared to the CROSSPLANE, very, very different. And I'm glad I have one of each in my collection, and I'm glad I get to compare them like on a day like today. And one of the hardest things to explain to anybody that's they buy a bike and they want the fastest bike possible at any price, fastest bike, oh, they don't care what it costs, oh, they don't care what the maintenance is, or this, that, or the other thing. When you have a true street bike that you're only going to use on the street, which is what this is, I want it to be comfortable. And I want it to be that I can enjoy the ride. Enjoying the ride is the only reason for having a bike, for me anyway. And the compromises I've made on this bike, I don't think I've traded away any performance. Anytime I ride with guys with clip-ons and the soft tires, I don't see not a whole lot of difference. And it seems like I get more than my share of people asking me, what's that box on the gas tank? And they think I'm whatever's in there, I don't know. But the truth is that's the mount for the Valentine radar detector, which is very, very handy for me because I have to do all this riding up and back on Route 80 to get to the riding area where it's really, law enforcement is to the moon. And so for anybody that does not know about a radar detector, you could search the channel with my channel, Valentine radar detector, and up will come all the information, how to make the box, how to make the mount, the unit. And for me, it has saved my bacon and my checkbook a lot of times. And this is an '09. This is the last year Yamaha made R1s without traction control. This is a true fun bike to ride. Because I'm never racing anybody, not having traction control is not costing me any lap time or anything. But what it does, it makes the ride very, very interesting when you leaned over and to feather that throttle in and feel the back end start to go. And to me, that's part of the fun of having a bike like this. If you don't enjoy that, I don't know why you buy a bike like this anyway. And today was just a fabulous ride in fabulous weather. The roads were clean. We really don't have that many leaves on the roads yet, but it's time to get back to the farm and see what Karen's doing in the kitchen. So I hope you have a few one-owners in your collection and that you're out riding and enjoying them just like I am. It's a beautiful time of year, a great bike, and I'm always happy to share it with my friends. Hope you're enjoying it. And I hope you've been able to watch this in 4K. I know every device is different. I can't help you much with that. You have to go to the settings in YouTube at the bottom of the page. Anyway, guys, thanks one and all so much for watching.